Hey, it's your boy A6, and I'm back. Today we're gonna talk about The View and the Charlamagne the God on it. So this show was created in 1997. They filmed it in Manhattan, New York City. It was created by Barbara Walters, and the show's been going since August the 11th, 1997. They're on their 28th season, and this one is gonna be about Whoopi Goldberg and Charlamagne the God going at it over Hunter Biden and his pardon that he got, and I'm going to talk about that.
Charlamagne the God has been a vocal force in the media throughout the 2024 presidential race, and he's joining us now at the table. Please welcome back the author of the book, Get Honest or Die Lying, Charlamagne the God.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Nice to have you back.
Thank you for having me back.
Okay, so my question is, after the election, you said that you were disappointed but optimistic. How are you feeling right now?
I feel the same way because, I mean, what's the other option?
Right.
You know, I'm a country boy from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, raised on a dirt road. So, you know, my mother was a Jehovah's Witness, my grandmother was a Baptist. So I still believe in this higher power called God.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't believe in God when, you know, things go your way and not believe in God when things don't go your way. So at a time like this, you just got to remember your serenity prayer, which is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Because you can't change nothing.
I love that. Yeah. Especially the wisdom to know the difference, right?
I mean, we can't change anything.
Can't.
I mean, you know.
Not yet.
Well, 4 years from now, I guess.
Or two. You never know. But let me ask you this. Trump's campaign ads for some, they're saying they were very effective. And in one in particular ad, he used a clip of you from the Breakfast Club saying, quote, Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners. You say that line was taken out of context. I know it was. But it went on to become one of his most effective campaign ads. I'm also featured in one of his campaign ads.
You might have been 1 and 2.
Yeah. I was. He texted me and let me know that.
Context.
No.
No, it wasn't. But what were you actually saying in the clip? And can you please explain that? And how does it make you feel that the campaign used you like that?
Well, it's never good to be taken out of context, but I was explaining to my listeners how effective I thought the actual ad was. Like, you know, the ad was effective before I was in it.
Okay, so basically, Charlamagne is saying it's crazy that we got to pay for, like, basically, what he's saying is, so people in prison or jail, if they want a sex change, we have to pay for that with our tax money. I find that crazy. Somebody in jail or prison, of all places, jail or prison, we'd have to pay for that with tax money. What if these people did the R word? What if these people were child M's, CMs? What if they were CMs? I know what CMs is. Or what if they were murderers? We got to pay for their sex change with tax dollars? That's crazy. No, we should not have to pay for that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I was just sitting at home watching football, and I saw it, and I was like, whoa. And so I knew the immediate reaction was going to be, you know, people are going to say, hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that. So I was explaining that to my listeners. So, I mean, yeah, it never feels good to be taken out of context, but what I didn't like the most was that they didn't do anything to combat it. Right. I would have ran the same ad and just said, Donald Trump, you know, what is it? Donald Trump supports, what is it? What was it?
He was the one that was supporting
Yes, Donald Trump supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners. I would have ran the same ad because it was legislation under him as well. And you know what else I would have did if I was our campaign? Since Donald Trump used me, I would have used Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan said Donald Trump was a threat to democracy. Joe Rogan said he thought Donald Trump was, I think, unhinged was the quote.
Right.
You got to mix it up. You got to get dirty with these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to muddy the waters a little bit, cause confusion.
Yeah. Let me ask you something that's going around right now. A lot of this conversation about President Biden getting criticized from both sides of the aisle for pardoning his son Hunter after repeatedly saying he would never do it. And a lot of people are saying that it's hypocritical, et cetera.
Biden is a hypocrite. I don't know if anybody's figured that out yet, but he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. I mean, it's that simple. He said he wasn't going to pardon his son. He straight up did it. His son has done more crimes than a lot of people that are in prison, that are still in prison, that are going to serve the rest of their life in prison. His son has done more damage than a lot of them. Hear me out. The 1994 crime bill, they were locking black people up for the rest of their life, dude, over a little sack of cocaine and crack. Like, just that small of a sack. You can watch videos of Hunter Biden do it. You can watch videos of him doing it, and he gets to walk free. They don't, but he does. But
as if the other side doesn't do it. But what's your reaction to it?
I mean, I think all of the criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time and, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not focused on that right now. But since they were calling Trump a threat to democracy, and they were saying that, nobody's above the law, but they were speaking about him. That's what they were running on. So when he kept saying things like, nobody's above the law, I respect, the jury's decision in regards to my son, he didn't believe that. But he didn't have to volunteer that lie to begin with.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Uh-oh.
Charlamagne knew what's up. That's why he said, uh-oh. He already knew they were going to be like, oh, well, the Democrats are way better than the Republicans because that's how everybody wants to be. But in reality, they're not. They're just as bad. Some of them might even be worse. Just hear me out. Some of them are actually worse. You'd be shocked what Joe Biden's done. Go look at Joe Biden and Kamala's history. They ain't saints for you, I tell you that.
Because you don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed his...
You really think he just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of a sudden?
No, I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get over.
I seriously don't get it. Why defend him? He straight up lied. Like, this is what I don't get. Whoopi Goldberg. He straight up lied about it. It's called hypocrisy. That's what it is. There's no excuse for it. Like, Joe Biden does not deserve any benefits of the doubts. Because if that was you in prison, he would leave your ass in there. It's just he's letting him out because it's his son. He doesn't care about us. I don't get why black people got this idea. Joe Biden does not care about you. He pretends to. But really, he don't. He really basically says, fuck y'all. But y'all are too stupid to realize.
And this is just my feeling, because at some point you get to the place where you just go, so I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always, because that's what's expected of Democrats.
But that's their fault. They're the ones that they're the ones that go out there and they stand on this moral high ground. Listen, they don't have to do that.
I'm a Democrat.
Charlamagne's right. You see what them Democrats do? They go out there, they pretend to be good people because they think, oh, well, we're going to be nice to black people. And really what they want to do, they want to just control us. They want us to be nice to them and they want us to love them with all of our hearts. But I'm like, that's not how you can't be like that. Don't be nice. I tell people that all the time. Do not be nice to people. People you don't like, you don't got to be nice to them. Nice is, you know what they say, nice guys finish last. Don't be so nice. Like, you could be nice, you could be genuine. Don't be nice. And don't let motherfuckers lie to your face like that. Like, Joe Biden is just a straight up liar. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about him. He's a horrible person. He's a piece of shit. So be it. I mean, Donald Trump might be too, but at least Donald Trump didn't lie to you. This dude is just a straight up liar.
Tell me what the moral high ground is.
The moral high ground is nobody's above the law. I respect what the jurors are saying. He don't have to do that.
So we're mad at him because he changed his...
Oh, no. By the way, I'm not mad at him pardoning Hunter Biden.
But you sound like you're mad.
No.
Okay. If I can get in on this, I actually think it went...
Okay, Charlamagne might not be mad he's pardoning Hunter Biden, but I am. Like, I have a problem with that. Because there's a lot of people that are in prison, in jail, that did less than what he did, and they're still in there. That's where I got a problem. And this is my whole problem with this quote-unquote justice system that we quote-unquote have. I don't know why they call it justice, because there's no such thing as justice in it. It's not justice. It's just straight up, okay, you're white, we'll let you go. You're black, nah, you're staying your black ass in there. That's what it is. I'm just going to be real. That's what it is.
Further, and this is one thing we really disagree on, Joe Biden made a point of saying we stand by our institutions and the impartiality of the Department of Justice.
Yes.
Democrats ran on that. The same DOJ indicted Hunter Biden. How we shouldn't be saying it's corrupt like Donald Trump does. But then in his statement pardoning Hunter Biden, he says that it was a political pursuit by his own Department of Justice.
Can you explain to me why it is that when Joe Biden does something, everybody clutches their pearls? He's wrong.
Nobody
he lied.
has criticized Donald Trump more than me or Charlamagne.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, people have criticized him more. I've criticized him more. We've all criticized him more. But you're missing my question. Okay. My question is, what is it that makes people flip out with Joe, but we don't have the same kind of thing?
Well, I don't think people are flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing. But that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we...
Whoopi, you do realize Joe Biden is the president of the United States. I think it's their job to flip out when he does something we don't like. I mean, I mean, that's just common sense. But you said you're basically saying, are you trying to say that Joe Biden is more criticized than Donald Trump? I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's a straight up lie. Donald Trump gets hate. Sometimes he gets hate for straight up no reason. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes Donald Trump don't even do nothing bad, and he still gets hate. People were hating him because they keep calling him racist. I ain't saying he ain't racist, but Joe Biden is too. Nobody calls him racist. Like, no, Joe Biden is not more criticized than Donald Trump. I'm just gonna be honest about it. He's not.
Flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing, but that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we pick sides, right? We've turned political parties into teams. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Ain't nobody more delusional than me, right? Okay? I feel like we're going to the Super Bowl every year, but I'm not delusional. Well, no, that is delusional. But when it comes... But when it comes to political parties, if you pick a side, right, if you say you're a Democrat, if you say you're a Republican, you refuse to be objective about anything.
That's why I'm an independent.
Boom, Charlamagne hit that one on the money. He's speaking number facts. I don't know why people have this idea that, why people pick one side and they just worship one side like they're never in the wrong. People are so hypocritical. I mean, it just makes people, I think it's just straight up ignorance from people. I'm gonna be honest. If you pick one side over the other, no matter what, even if you can't acknowledge when one side is wrong, that's a hypocrite. And that's just somebody that just shows ignorance. That's what it is. It's just straight up ignorance. Ain't no excuse.
Yes, but that's
and I think that's the best way to go.
But that's not a monolith. We're not, Democrats are not a monolith.
But why can't you say when Democrats are wrong? And why can't Republicans say when Republicans are wrong?
I'll tell you when Democrats are
wrong. So you don't think Joe Biden is wrong?
No, I don't. And can I just point this out to you? The president has a part in power,
you're ridiculous.
Right?
I didn't say you were ridiculous, Ms. Goldberg.
Yeah,
I would never. I said that. I just think that's
Think
ridiculous.
about it. Just think about it this way. Just very quickly, can you reframe it in this way and think about it maybe in this way? The president has the ultimate part in power. Every president has done this, right?
Yeah.
And so what people are saying is that Joe Biden is now a liar, as opposed to Joe Biden is someone who now knows that the person that is going to be in the White House is on a revenge tour and his son is on an enemies list. And so he is using his rightful power, his rightful political power to...
She said he's using his rightful power. That's crazy. Like, basically, Joe Biden is getting his son out so Donald Trump won't keep his son in there. That's crazy. Basically, he's protecting his son from his punishment that he should get. I mean, that's basically like a parent saving their child from like, for instance, I don't know exactly the perfect way to describe it, but basically, let's say you do something, you got to be responsible for your actions. Hunter doesn't have to be responsible for his actions because Joe was like, you know what? I'm a president. I'm not gonna make you serve time. You shouldn't serve time. I don't feel like you should serve time. You know what? You're above the law because I'm above the law.
Pardon his son. Now, is that a lie or is that perhaps being pragmatic, having a change of opinion, as opposed to the president-elect who has lied almost 40,000 times during his first term?
Well, I can't say what it is because I'm not in
the moral high ground? Like, what's the faux outrage?
Neither one of them have the moral high ground. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. But when you are a diehard Democrat or a diehard Republican, you refuse to be objective about the other party. Like, it's like we're watching them do something wrong, but we're making excuses for it. We watch Republicans do things wrong and they make excuses for it. Why can't we just all be objective and call it what it is?
Because it's not balanced.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. So it's different. So when Donald Trump does something bad, it's a problem. But when Biden does something bad, well, that's Joe Biden. We should let him do it. Like if Trump didn't do the same shit.